To the world, I say, sooner or later, the damage sustained by this planet will become irreversible. And on that day you will not notice, for your life of comfort will continue, but the life of your children will change. They will face a world in chaos, a world where water is fought over, a world that cannot support the population, a world they did not create, a world inherited from you and I, a world they do not deserve, a place where the future is not promised. So when you see Indigenous people stand to defend the land, don't question why they do it. They do it for all of us and for the future of the human race. Don't ask why they are standing up to corporate development in defense of the lands and the waters. Instead ask, why are they standing alone? The poem. It is written from the perspective of my people, but I think it should come from all our people. Everyone who is here. It's called Sacred Trust. We are the keepers of these lands. She shelters and sustains us. Long after the flesh fails the spirit, we will care for these lands. Our drums will be heard upon the wind, our voices in the rustle of the leaves. My people have a sacred trust for the land, a trust no man may break, a trust that death cannot sever. We were here when you first stepped foot upon this land, and here will remain long after the last step has disturbed their soil. Chimagwich, Standing Rock!
As a mother, a grandmother, and soon to be great-grandmother, I think about the future generations. I think about my children. I think about your children. I think about your grandchildren. And I wonder, what are we leaving them? There are 89 First Nations communities that are living under boil water. There are First Nations communities that cannot drink the water. What is wrong with this picture? This is what I'd like to know. Some of our children have grown up never knowing how they could drink water in their own territory, on their own reserves. As it's so easy for us to go and turn on the tap, get some water, my relatives can't even drink the water in their own home. What is wrong with this picture? And so, I just want to give a shout out in our own country to Justin Trudeau, and I want to say, keep your damn word. I'm going to try and speak a little louder because my voice is a little rough. We've been in prayer for the last few weeks, seeing the violence that's been perpetrated against our family and our friends. Those people that you see out in Standing Rock, we stand with them at the Sundance. We stand with them in the American Indian movement. Those are our family. And the violence that we're seeing against our women is bringing tears to our eyes and hurts in our heart. So we're asking you, all of the people, that what you're hearing here and what you're seeing on Facebook, what are you doing with it? You have to make change. You have to insist it stop, because it's not going to stop without the voices of everybody here and all across Turtle Island. There is no border for us. That border crosses us. We are all Red Nation people. There is no border. And we'll protect our brothers and sisters in Standing Rock. And that fight is going to happen right here in Canada. And I hope Mr. Prime Minister Trudeau knows that we are going to stand against the pipelines here. As a
Indigenous woman in this country standing with my daughter, I can tell you that his father with the Indian Act failed us as Indigenous people. As an Indigenous woman today in 2016, in support of the over 4,000 missing and murdered and taken Indigenous women and our brothers as well, they are failing us as a federal government. They are not here for us. They are not helping us. We have to take a stand, and I ask each and every one of you to look at your Indigenous sisters standing beside you, because we are magnificent. Our culture and our history goes back to the land longer than anyone that's been standing here on our sovereign earth. Our people are connected to the land and the water. Our women and our men come from the land and water. We are the obstacles to the land and the water, and that's why we are disappearing at an alarming rate. The traditional ecological knowledge that we carry, that our beautiful water carriers carry, protecting the water, has been lost because Canada has been trained to dismiss us and treat us as less than. And I can tell you, as an Indigenous woman looking at my daughter and all the beautiful Red Nation people here, we are magnificent, and you need to reevaluate what you have been taught as a Canadian from your mothers, your grandmothers, and your great-grandparents, because we stand here sovereign before you. We welcomed you to our land. We ask you to stand with us now to stop the violence against our people. Water is life. Water is sacred.
Dear Mother, our Mother the Earth, who loves each and every one of you so much. She has given us so much. We've celebrated so much with her. This is why we are carrying this water, because she represents that water. She keeps that water for us. So I say miigwech to all the helpers, and I say miigwech to each and every one of you for coming over here. And that I, as a grandmother, will always stand here. I've always stood here since the 60s, since all my life. I will do whatever I can. So I say miigwech for listening. Hold that love within yourself, because that is the answer to everything. The Creator gave us names, plans, free will, and a peaceful heart.